Cardi B just clapped back on Instagram Live, and she was not holding back. She addressed people who've been making videos questioning her relationship with Stefan Diggs, and she made it very clear that she's tired of the commentary. Cardi explained exactly why she's confident in her relationship, why people need to stop speculating, and why she's not going to be sharing every moment of her personal life online anymore. She also revealed that she's about to take a major international trip to Saudi Arabia, Dubai, and beyond. This was classic Cardi, unapologetically defending herself while also giving fans a glimpse into what her life actually looks like right now. The response started because Cardi had been seeing TikToks from people questioning her relationship with Stefan Diggs. According to Cardi, there were videos asking why they weren't seen together more often, suggesting that maybe things weren't going well, or implying that the relationship wasn't as solid as she claimed. These kinds of videos had apparently been popping up enough that Cardi felt the need to address them directly. She called out the people making these videos, questioning why they felt entitled to comment on her relationship when they didn't know what was actually happening behind the scenes. Cardi's defense of her relationship was passionate and detailed. She started by asking people if they have a best friend they talk to every single day. She said when you don't talk to that best friend, you crave the conversation. That's what her relationship with Stefan is like, according to her. She described him as someone who stimulates her mind, makes her laugh, and is there for her consistently. She said, imagine having a best friend like that, someone who genuinely connects with you on that level, and then on top of that, they're also your romantic partner. That's what she has with Stefan, and she wanted people to understand that the foundation of their relationship is genuine friendship and connection. Then Cardi shifted to talking about herself and her confidence in what she brings to the relationship. She made it clear that she knows she's attractive, well put together, and brings value. She talked about how she walks into rooms and commands attention, not just because she's famous, but because of how she carries herself. She said her hair is done, her face is done, her body's right, and her outfits are on point. Cardi has never been shy about her confidence, and this moment was no exception. She was essentially saying that people questioning why Stefan is with her are being ridiculous because it's obvious why anyone would want to be with her. Cardi also addressed the reality of being in a relationship with a professional athlete during football season. She explained that Stefan's schedule is intense. He leaves the house at 6 in the morning and doesn't get back until 7 at night. That's the reality of dating someone who plays in the NFL. They have demanding schedules, early mornings, long practices, and constant travel. So when people question why they're not posting together constantly or why they're not seen out and about all the time, it's because they're both busy with their own lives. Cardi said she's at home with her kids, taking care of her family, while Stefan is handling his career. That's just how their life works during this season. She made it very clear that people are not going to get constant updates about her relationship. She said fans will see them when they see them, and she's going to keep people guessing. Cardi explained that no matter what she does, whether she's happy or going through something difficult, people are going to have something negative to say. So she's decided to protect her peace and keep more of her personal life private. She's not interested in performing her relationship for social media or proving anything to people who are determined to be critical no matter what. This approach is actually a shift for Cardi. In the past, she's been very open about her relationships, sharing both the good and the bad. Her relationship with Offset played out very publicly, with breakups, reconciliations, and drama all happening in front of millions of people. It seems like she's learned from that experience and is taking a different approach with Stefan. She's choosing to keep more things private and only share what she wants to share on her own terms. That's a mature decision, especially for someone who spent years having every aspect of her personal life dissected online. Then Cardi switched gears and started talking about an upcoming trip. She revealed that she's heading to Saudi Arabia, and she seemed both excited and slightly nervous about it. She mentioned that the flight is going to be extremely long, somewhere around 13 to 18 hours, depending on the route and stops. She talked about stopping in Dubai and then continuing on to Saudi Arabia. She also mentioned plans to visit the Maldives, Japan, and Thailand. It sounds like she's planning a major international trip that will take her to multiple countries. What was funny about this part of the conversation is that Cardi started talking about all the rules she's going to follow in Saudi Arabia. She kept emphasizing that she's going to be a good visitor and follow all the cultural expectations. She said she doesn't drink, she doesn't smoke, she doesn't do anything that could get her in trouble. She was clearly aware that Saudi Arabia has strict laws and cultural norms, and she was making it known that she plans to be respectful. At one point, she talked about covering up and even joked about wearing gloves and socks so that nothing would be exposed. It was her way of showing that she understands she's going to be in a different cultural environment and she's prepared to adapt. Someone in her comments apparently mentioned something being illegal in Saudi Arabia, and Cardi immediately said she doesn't even like those things anyway, so it's not a problem. She was going out of her way to make it clear that she's not going to do anything that could cause issues. It was both funny and smart because it showed she's done some research and understands that being a visitor in a country with different cultural expectations requires awareness and respect. Cardi has traveled internationally before, but Saudi Arabia is a particularly unique destination with specific rules that foreign visitors need to follow. Throughout the entire live stream, Cardi was wearing a do-rag, which became a running joke in the comments. She explained that she had been traveling from Miami to Boston instead of New York, and her wig had come off during the trip. She needed something to protect her hair and scalp, so she put on a do-rag. She joked about how it was glued to her forehead at this point because she'd been wearing it for so long. People kept commenting on it, and she kept defending her choice to wear it. It was a lighthearted moment in the middle of a more serious conversation about her relationship and her life. Cardi also interacted with someone who was apparently on the same flight as her. This person had just gotten married and was heading to their honeymoon. They were going to Dubai, the Maldives, Japan, and Thailand for 2 months. Cardi seemed genuinely happy for them and congratulated them on their marriage. The person mentioned they had a small wedding with about 30 people and were putting their energy into a big honeymoon instead. Cardi responded positively and even joked that maybe she and Stefan would be next, though it wasn't clear if she was serious or just being playful. What this entire Instagram live showed is that Cardi is in a good place right now, despite the criticism she faces online. She's confident in her relationship, she's focused on her family, she's planning exciting trips, and she's not letting random people on TikTok affect how she feels about her life. That's growth. A few years ago, Cardi might have gone back and forth with every single person who had something negative to say. Now she's addressing it once, making her point, and moving on. She's protecting her peace and setting boundaries about what she will and won't share publicly. The criticism Cardi faces is interesting because it reveals how people project their own insecurities and expectations onto celebrities. Some people genuinely cannot understand why Cardi is with Stefan or why Stefan is with Cardi. They look for problems that might not exist, they create narratives based on limited information, and when they don't see constant public displays of affection or frequent posts together, they assume something is wrong. But the reality is that healthy relationships don't require constant validation from strangers online. Cardi and Stefan can have a strong relationship without performing it for social media. Cardi's point about people always having something negative to say regardless of what she does is valid. If she posts too much about her relationship, people say she's doing too much. If she doesn't post enough, people say something must be wrong. If she's happy, people question whether it's real. If she's going through something, people criticize her choices. There's literally no way to win when you're that famous and that scrutinized. So her decision to just live her life and share what she wants when she wants is probably the healthiest approach she could take. The upcoming trip to Saudi Arabia and other countries shows that Cardi is taking advantage of her success and her freedom to travel and experience different cultures. Not everyone gets the opportunity to visit multiple countries on one trip or to spend weeks exploring different parts of the world. Cardi has worked hard to build her career and her wealth, and she's using it to create experiences and memories. The fact that she's doing it with awareness and respect to the places she's visiting is important too. She's not approaching it with an entitled attitude. She's going in with humility and a willingness to adapt to different cultural norms. What's also notable is how Cardi balances being a mother of 4 while maintaining her career and her relationship. She mentioned being at home with her kids while Stefan is at work. She's not neglecting her responsibilities as a parent to chase social media validation or to prove her relationship is real. She's just living her life, taking care of her family, and dealing with the fact that people are going to have opinions no matter what she does. That's maturity. That's what it looks like when someone has been through public scrutiny and learned how to navigate it without losing themselves in the process.